Welcome to Consequential Actions. I am Jeff Kellick, and if you are new here, this brief introduction will help you understand what this project is all about, how it's structured, and where to find everything. If you've been here for a while, thank you. Your continued engagement means more to me than I can properly express. Let me begin to tell you where I'm coming from. I'm what's called a small L libertarian. That means I believe in individual liberty, voluntary exchange, and strictly limited government. I believe that people have the right to live their lives as they see fit, so long as it does not aggress against others. I am deeply skeptical of concentrated power, whether that power resides in corporate boardrooms, government agencies, or international institutions. I did not arrive at this perspective because somebody told me to. I arrived here through years of reading history, economics, political philosophy. And I changed my mind on a great many things along the way. And I even expect I will continue to refine my views as I learn more. And that's the spirit I bring to this project. My intention with Consequential Actions is to educate, not indoctrinate. I'm not here to tell you what to think. You're perfectly capable of making your own decisions. What I aim to do is provide context, the kind of context that is almost impossible to find in modern media. We live in an age of sound bites, TikToks, and short answers, where complex questions get reduced to slogans. And historical events spanning decades get compressed into a headline, where nuance is treated as weakness. But history is massive. History is nuanced. The decisions that shaped our world were made by real people operating under real constraints, often with information we now take for granted, which was unavailable to them. Understanding why they did what they did, understanding the arguments they made and the arguments their opponents made, is essential if we want to properly contextualize where we are today. So with this, I present all sides. I give opposing viewpoints their strongest possible formulation before I offer my own analysis. I quote primary sources extensively. I show my work. You may agree with my conclusions, you may disagree. Either way, you will have the information you need to make an informed judgment. Now, let me explain how Consequential Actions is organized. The written articles are published on Substack at consequentialactions.com. These articles are grouped into series, multi-part explorations on major themes in American constitutional history and foreign policy. Or sometimes I do have standalone pieces that are on topics that I feel warrant attention. The podcast is available in multiple places. You can listen directly on Substack. You can find it wherever you normally get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the rest. And if you prefer video, the full episodes are also available on YouTube at Consequential Actions Podcast. I obviously encourage you to subscribe on YouTube if you have not already. Engagement there, views, likes, comments, subscriptions, help the algorithm surface this content to people who might benefit from it. And if you find value in what I'm doing, that is one of the most helpful things you can do. I'm also available on X, @JKellick. That's where I share shorter commentary, links to new content, and occasional observations on current events. Let me walk you through the major series we have produced so far. From General Welfare to the Great Society. This was a 9-episode series tracing the constitutional transformation of the United States from the founding through to the late 20th century. It examines how the original understanding of enumerated powers and limited government gave way to new authorities. crisis by crisis, precedent by precedent, to the expansive administrative state we live under today. If you've ever wondered how we got from James Madison's Constitution to the modern regulatory apparatus, this series provides the answer. Then there was The New Leviathan, from 9/11 to COVID, and that series picks up where the story leaves off. This 8-episode series examines the era of emergency governance, how the constitutional erosion documented in the first series accelerated dramatically in the 21st century. It covers the surveillance state, the militarization of domestic policy, the normalization of executive power, and the COVID response as the culmination of trends that began long before 2020. Parties, ideologies, and systems: Untangling America's Political Categories is an 8-article series available only in written form on Substack. This one is analytical rather than historical. It introduces a framework for understanding the difference between political parties, ideological movements, and economic systems. These are categories that are constantly conflated in popular discourse. It also introduces the Federalist Liberty Scoring Model, a 2-axis framework for evaluating political figures based on their actions rather than their rhetoric. And then there's Empire of Liberty, America's Foreign Entanglements, from the Founders to the Forever Wars. This is the flagship series, 20 episodes tracing the arc of American foreign policy from the Founders' vision of non-intervention through the imperial entanglements of the 20th and 21st centuries. In addition to those 20 episodes, there are 20 more corresponding contemporary application episodes tying the historical lesson of the week to current events. This series, concluding in May of 2026, documents the cost of intervention, the blowback, the unintended consequences, the constitutional erosion, and the human toll. Then in the summer of 2026, we'll be launching our new series, Self-Evident: The Road to 1776. This one is special. And the timing is no accident. July 4th, 2026 marks the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. A quarter millennium since the founders declared that certain truths are self-evident. That all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. But where did the recognition of these truths come from? The founders did not invent that. They inherited them from the classical philosophers of Athens and Rome, from the covenant theology of ancient Israel, from Islamic scholars who preserved and transmitted Greek thought when Europe had lost access to it, from the constitutional struggles of medieval and early modern England, from the Scottish and French Enlightenments, and even from the observed practice of Native American confederacies. Self-Evident will trace that intellectual lineage across 2,000 years and multiple civilizations. It will show how the ideas we associate with 1776 were discovered, articulated, debated, and transmitted across centuries of persecution, disruption, and forgetting. And it will connect these historical foundations to the challenges of today. 22 weeks, 44 episodes, a story that spans from Aristotle to the Bill of Rights. I hope you will join me. Before I close, I want to say something directly. Thank you. If you have ever taken a few minutes to engage with this project, if you have read an article, listened to an episode, left a comment, hit the like button, or shared a link with someone you thought might benefit, thank you. This project exists because people find value in it. Every read, every view, every share helps. It helps the algorithms notice. It helps people discover this work. It helps sustain the effort that goes into producing it. I do not take that for granted. and I am genuinely grateful. One more time, here's where you can find Consequential Actions. On Substack, consequentialactions.com for all written episodes, written articles, and podcast episodes. On YouTube, at Consequential Actions Podcast for video versions of the podcast. And on X, at Jade Kellick for shorter commentary and updates. And everything is free. Subscriptions are free. You'll never hit a paywall. If you want to support the work, the best thing you can do is engage with it and share it. It costs nothing, and it makes a real difference. Thank you for your time. I'm glad you're here. And now a word from a few of my friends.
I warned against entangling alliances. They did not listen. Now you can trace exactly how it happened.
The Consequential Actions podcast is on YouTube. Subscribe and follow each series from the very beginning.
Principled debate requires participation. Like the episodes. Leave a comment. Join the discussion.
Every series is organized as a playlist, from General Welfare to The New Leviathan to Empire of Liberty. Begin at the beginning.